In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Tyrese Haliburton and why I think that he's becoming a point guard god in the NBA. So let's get down, let's check him out. Some of these passes, some of these moves that he makes are extremely high level. Anyways, make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book down in the description below and my shooting workout. Okay, so right here, he's dribbling down court. He's looking towards the middle of the court. He is scanning, seeing where his teammates are. We can see him do that right here. After he looks, he does a quick fake pass over to this player on that left wing, which makes every single player on the defensive side look over and totally forget that there is a man who is cutting down the middle of the court. Tyrese Haliburton then does a no-look pass to him for the wide-open dunk. Now, we can all learn from this because when you're dribbling down court, you want to know where your teammates are. So by looking towards the opposite side of the court that you are on, and then taking a quick fake pass, knowing that you're going to have options cutting towards the basket, and understanding that the defense is no longer looking at what you plan to do, then you can then hit those passes to cutting players for easy dunks or easy layups. But see, you can't always just pass. Here, he does a quick fake pass. What he's essentially doing here is when he does this dribble, he's making it look like he's about to pass towards that wing. However, he puts spin on that ball, moves that defender out of the way because of that dribble. The spin brings the ball back to his right hand, and then he's able to attack that rim with one dribble, and he's able to finish with a dunk. Why this was all able to happen is because these defenders understand that he is a very good passer, and by doing that quick dribble move, that moves that player out of the way thinking that it was going to be a pass, and when in reality he was able to drive to the basket. You don't always want to be able to be a pass first player. You need to call your own number once in a while, or else the defense will get used to you passing and they'll never defend your drive, which means that they take away your passing lanes. So by attacking the rim, you can then open up passing lanes for yourself. Now here he just gets fancy. He goes behind his back. Now he is getting fancy. That was probably why he went behind his back. But by going behind your back as well, there are a lot of players who will pass behind their back. And that did kind of make this player look just slightly. And same as this player as well. When he then takes his last step, he goes up into the air. He looks at this player, which moves this defender up. He has a very smart teammate who can cut back door, and that's exactly what happens, and he's able to get that assist. He also has a very interesting shot as well. He doesn't exactly have a dip. He's able to go straight up into a shot, release, and of course make it, which then keeps the defense on their heels, trying to run out and close out on him, which opens up more passing lanes. And then when he's driving here, again, he does a quick fake behind the back pass. He had two options here. He could have made that pass, but because McCullough was not guarding that drive, he ended up taking that ball right to the rim, and because of his long wingspan, he was able to finish very easily. Here he gets the kick-out pass from the post, and the Raptors here were playing a zone. They moved up way too high away from the baseline. His man was able to stay along the baseline, and because of his court vision and his quick passing, and this fake pass right there where he does a quick jab with the ball towards the middle, he was able to then draw up the defense even higher, as we can see here, and that left the baseline wide open. He had the ability to hit that pass. He even looked away right away so that his man could finish with a dunk. See, when you get the kick out pass, especially against a zone, you want to look back at the post, because what's going to happen is against a zone, by doing quick paint to wing or paint to corner or paint to point passes, that will raise the defense away from the baseline, because they originally were trying to collapse and stop that drive, so that when that kick out pass happens, they lift up And if the center stays along the baseline, he can then sometimes be open for that pass. You as the ball handler or the player with the ball just have to be able to recognize that, and the low post player has to stay there so that he can, of course, potentially be open. Now, it's not always going to be there, but it is an option. And anytime a team leaves you wide open because they're afraid of you passing to somebody, you have to be able to drain that shot, and that's what he does. He doesn't exactly have the most perfect shooting form, but it's a high percentage shot. Now, because he's such a great passer coming off of this screen, Anthony Davis is more worried about his man than the drive. If you're playing a man-to-man defense, help defense states that this man needs to come up and Westbrook needs to come down. Now, I almost said Golden State, but the Lakers do not have the greatest team defense. We can see that here. He gets stuck underneath the rim boxing out his man, and Tyrese Haliburton is able to get right to the rim. Now, that could have been terrible team defense on their part, or it could be the fact that they were just too afraid of Haliburton passing that ball that they just did not switch off. Because coming in this situation, it should have been Davis coming up to stop that drive. Westbrook should have been moving down to cover that post. And because Haliburton is a great passer, he probably would have hit Bennett along the corner, but because there was no rotation, he was able to finish at the rim. He was originally probably driving to look for one of these two men, but instead, he just finished. You always have to change your plan when you're attacking, and depending on what the situational defense is. Now here he takes middle, and anytime that you're in a fast break, this is a 3-on-2 situation, and anytime you're in that situation, you always want to try and get that ball up the middle. You always want to attack the middle because that is going to draw the most amount of defenders towards you. And by attacking middle here, he drew up that defender on this side. This man stayed here, which left a teammate wide open. And Haliburton was able to then capitalize with a no-look pass to his teammate for the dunk. So this is how you can get a ton of assists in basketball. Some of this ball movement, some of these drives and shots can actually help you create more passing lanes for yourself. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out the books down in the description to jump higher and to be able to shoot the basketball better. And I'll see you guys again next time.